Hey everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the First Alert Weather Center. The Alert Center, doing First Alert Weather. I always get it backwards. I don't know why, because I'm in that mindset. Listen, it's going to be a really nice day for you. It's been pretty solid so far as we've made our way through the day. You had some fog, and still rather dense fog showing in some cases, but it's lifting, and we'll continue to clear those skies up. Right now, here we go, temperatures. We have quite the range. You go from a 59-degree reading there in Prestonsburg to a 68-degree reading in Harlan. You go from a 59-degree reading in Georgetown to a 68-degree reading in Danville. Ups and downs. That's what we have out there for you currently. So we move forward. We look at the hour by hour. I think we top out mid to upper 70s. Even in those areas that we're picking up on some of the thicker fog, I think there's going to be enough time to warm up. By the time we get into tomorrow, a little push of moisture will stretch across our skies, and we're going to end up with some extra cloud cover. There might be a stray shower. You see that? Could be a little deeper, but it's not a big deal. Isolated chances. That's it. By the time we get into Saturday morning, I think we're cool again with some of those low 50s, but recovery is quick, back in the mid to upper 70s. Our rain chances, as they line up here, I've got a shot on Friday, the isolated stuff, and on Sunday, that's the best word I can come up with for what we're expecting, is isolated, because it's not a big deal. We're not tracking a significant chance of showers out there. So that's where we sit with all of this. Now, rainfall, just look at it. Now, this just kind of backs up what I'm trying to tell you. Dry. You go into one of the other models, basically dry. So it's just a little more aggressive with picking up on some of those isolated showers. One thing I feel a little more confident about is the outbreak of some of this colder air. You'll see it really sink in around the Great Lakes. They could go near freezing. We're not going to be quite that cold, but we could see low 40s at night, which means somebody might sneak over you in some of these low-lying valleys. Yeah, you might get a 38, 39-degree reading. I think it's a real possibility out there. But we're not quite ready for the widespread 30s yet. I don't think they're that far off. Check these highs. So on Sunday, 80 plus in some cases. All right, now you're going to actually watch the front come through. You'll see the change in color right there. See it? So by early on Monday morning, 7:45, we have the shot of some of the cooler air. The numbers have shifted down into the 50s for a lot of us. 60s for others, because it's not all the way through the area yet. By later in the day, because of the positioning, folks to our south and east could get a little bit warmer. Well, we have some more widespread 60s here in our area. And then check this out. Going into your Tuesday, look at some of those 40s that start breaking out all across the area. All right, tropical potential. This continues to be, it's actually dying down some, but continues to be a big subject with, you know, the recent rains and the catastrophic means and ends with what happened with Helene across several states. Well, here's where we are. We're still watching 30% chance of some developments that in the Gulf of Mexico. You see this right here? That's another area that is being inspected by the National Hurricane Center. That's on the other side of Mexico, right? Well, there's some hints that it tries to get over the very, very rugged terrain and tries to dump out into the Gulf of Mexico. That's happened before, but it doesn't happen that often. And so far I haven't seen any organization from that. All right, that's one thing. Then we've been watching a complex of showers, thunderstorms out across parts of the Caribbean. So there's all of that. So what do I think? I don't see much development. 30% chance within 7 days is not very high. Now, if you plan to visit somewhere down here, okay, watch this. If you're going anywhere along the coast over the next 7 days, it has potential to be wet. You see the rounds of rain that are lining up there. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a tropical system. Tropical moisture, yeah. Is it going to be a hurricane or a tropical storm? No. And what we look for on this map is that right there. We look for an identifier that would suggest there's a low trying to develop. And what is trying to come together, it's just not there. I mean, that's what it is. All right, where we do have them, so just in case you read something, because I read something online earlier that said, Kirk to be a major hurricane impact the U.S. It has no impact directly on the U.S. It's going back to the north and west, or north and east, excuse me. So this is not an impact. Then there's Tropical Storm Leslie. Leslie is trying to take a very similar track to turn up and go very close to what Kirk does. So that's what we're looking at. So if you see that, yeah, it's a major hurricane out there, but it does not look like it's an imminent threat to the U.S. Spread the word. I appreciate you so much for stopping by and giving me a few minutes of your time. We've got news coming up in about 20 minutes on WKYT and on WKYT.com and through our news app. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.